Alright, finally the collision with the terrain. We just create a rectangle based on every single collidable. Then we have an iterator that will go through every single cell within that terrain and do an intersection test against it. First the default sphere, and then the user-defined collision volume, and then uh, call back if it collides. Not too much to touch on there. So I'm going to be going into the particle system now. I'm going to start at the very bottom, which is the particle. I'm not going to be touching on any of the factories or any of the pools here. I'm going to be showing them briefly, but I'm not going to be going into too much depth on them because it's a fairly straightforward pool factory setup. The particle is very bare bones. We have the position, the velocity, the gravity, the angle, and how much the angle needs to change. So we can call set, which is used by the pool and factory, and we have get position and get angle. When position's called, we simply update our position and our velocity based on the gravity and the velocity, and we return our position. And then the get angle, we increase our angle and then return it. That's all the particle really does. And just to show the pool, we have recycled and active particles, and then when we die, we get rid of all recycled and active particles. This is just because I noticed that when we close out of the game, the active particles weren't always being cleaned up since, they're assumed to all be recycled, which they're not. So we just keep track of all the active particles as well.